Welcome to VMworld 2010. I'm John Primus, Service Director at Glasshouse Technologies, and I'm joined by James Candelaria from CTO, WhipTail Technologies.
Yep, great. Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you here, and we're excited about the product line that you guys have out there and what you're doing in the space of the VDI space specifically. And I understand you made some announcements here, so I'd like to hear what some of the things you're doing with the WhipTail, how customers are reacting to it, and just about your product in general.
Absolutely. It's great to be here at VMworld. Here at WhipTail Technologies, we manufacture solid-state storage appliances. We're targeting the VDI market pretty extensively. And as we all know, VDI has a dirty little secret. You typically need anywhere between 20 and 40 I/O per second per user to put together an effective VDI solution. One of the things we can offer to customers is unparalleled I/O experience. We have our G4 announcement here at the show. We're talking about how we're able to produce 250,000 I/O sustained through to our platform over any of the standard industry standard block protocols. In addition, we've also announced a dramatic increase in our deduplication ingest rate, as well as some other small announcements which we should be able to get on our website.
That's great, and I understand that most of the technologies today really address I/O reads, but the WhipTail solution addresses the other dirty little secret once you overcome that, which is the I/O writes.
Absolutely. So again, with VDI, I mean, it's not just a read problem. Actually, some people have profiled it at 70 to 80% write, which is the problem in the industry. You start talking about a standard spinning hard disk. You're talking about 200 I/O per second maximum for 15,000 RPM disk. And that doesn't scale very far when you start talking about users, driving your storage costs up anywhere from $200 to $300 per user, which tends to derail the budget when it comes to a large VDI deployment. One of the things here at WhipTail we do is that 250,000 number I mentioned before, that is actually on writes. 250,000 I/O per second sustained on the write channel, along with 0.1 millisecond latency, allowing you to get really an unparalleled VDI user experience.
That's great. And the various platforms that you have, are there different levels for different tiers or numbers of server users?
Absolutely. So we actually sell our appliance in 3 capacity points today: 1.5 terabyte, 3 terabyte, and 6 terabyte, which really roughly equates to anywhere between 1,000 users for the small appliance, anywhere to 3,000 to 5,000 users for our big appliance.
Okay, and from a software stack point of view, compatible with all the leading providers?
Absolutely. So about 80% of all of our systems that are sold today are attached to VMware ESX, anywhere from 3.5 to 4.1. And we're also compatible with Citrix systems and the Zen Server product line as well. In addition, we're certified against Microsoft Windows 2008 as well as 2003.
That's great. And customer feedback and response here at your booth has been received very well?
It's been incredible. I mean, this is one of the few conferences where you really get a great technical audience. It's less marketing and more of a technical audience who really is beginning to wake up to the fact that if I want to do a VMware View desktop deployment, I'm really going to need to invest in the storage and the storage performance to do it. And walking around the show floor here, there's been a lot of excellent vendors, but I haven't seen anyone that comes close to solving the I/O challenges that VMware View can present.
Yeah, and your price points are pretty, we don't have to go over them, but they're pretty aggressive compared to what you would have to buy to get the same, if you could ever get the same number of IOPS. The amount of storage and spindles you'd have to buy are incredible.
Yeah, so it's one of the things we pride ourselves on. One of the secrets to our platform is how we can utilize MLC disk in an enterprise array to achieve a very, very good cost point. And I can go through the technology with anyone later on, but it's a unique patent-pending software stack which allows us to get 7.5 years of life out of a standard MLC disk.
Yeah, so ROI, even though that investment is even less than what you would have to buy with traditional storage, but then your life expectancy is a lot longer, so even makes those numbers look even better from an ROI TCO point of view.
Absolutely. So we're looking at all-in cost for storage at between $20 and $30 per user, compared to the $300 per user cost of traditional storage if you were trying to deploy this on 15,000 RPM drives.
Right, and then that also drives down the total. Another thing that customers struggle with is it's going to cost me $1,000 to $1,200 to do VDI once it's all in, versus I could buy a traditional desktop for $400 or $500. This really drives that price point down.
Yeah, it makes VDI a no-brainer, right? Because we all understand the benefits of VDI, centralized management, application deployment, and overall manageability, and all that's great. But unfortunately, if you can't make the hard dollars and cents comparison to your CFO or your CTO, it's not going to happen. This really, we believe we're an enabling technology, really allow us to drive that total cost of ownership down to a point that's acceptable and can really compete with the overall desktop system.
And that's the key, right? Finding the right balance between performance and cost, right? And user experience, right?
That's what it's all about.
So thank you very much for joining us here today. We're very excited about the technology and look forward to future announcements. Signing off from VMworld, John Primus, Service Director for Glasshouse Technologies. Thank you.